All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Richest Steve in Atlanta. Yes, we are starting it right back at it Monday. It is 6 a.m. in the morning. I figured this is the best time for me to get things done, especially like this going live, only because I have real demand in my work right now, so I have to make sure that I am getting my career work done throughout the day, which means if I want to do the things that I want to do, if I want to accomplish a lot of my personal goals, I need to do some things before I go into work. From right now, I'm having meetings 8 a.m., so I need to get things done beforehand. So that's why this is so early. I know some of y'all will probably see this later on in the day, but that's fine. A rewatch is a watch, so I am cool with that. And if you are thugging it out with me early in the morning, that's even better. Because we both the early gang, and it's just we gotta get it done. We gotta get it done one way or another. So yeah, this thing I'll be doing in the morning. A lot of my editing I'll be doing in the morning, just because if I do that after my work, I know I'll be tired, and that work it'll just be a lot of boring. Not kind of boring, a lot of boring. Only because I'm be sitting there watching the screen, and I'll probably want to go to sleep. Just being honest, I'll probably want to go to sleep. So yeah, as y'all see, I am back home. I'm back home. This my new trap spot. Where I'm gonna be getting that work done. It looks very plain right now, but I'm renovating, y'all. Come on, don't judge me too much. I know he got the bando bed over there. I call that the slutter down bed. No covers, none of that. Just the straight mattresses. On the box top. It's alright. It's alright. It's the But I got that right there, and hopefully this room gets pretty decorated, and y'all see some things coming around here. That way it won't look horribly in the back. But I'm just getting back from my work trip from Europe. I do want to say a few things about that. I was in Europe. I know I said I didn't want to tell. I don't know if I said I was in Europe, but I was in a city called Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Yeah, that is honestly one of the favorite living cities that I've been to, as in for your day to day living, not for touristy things. The area I was in, it was OD walkable, OD walkable. Like all you did was walk. There was no cars. First off, yes, there are cars. You can drive them, but they're really driven like outside of the city, kind of not in the center. And everyone walks or they ride bikes. Again, everyone walks or ride bikes. So when I was there, that's all I did was I walked. I didn't ride a bike. Yes, I had a car to get from there to work, but honestly, I didn't need one because their transportation system was amazing, immaculate. Like it was up there. Like you can get anywhere you need to get to by train or bus. And here in Atlanta, it's not like that. It's not like that. I have constant 40-minute rides to get somewhere by me physically driving the car. It's not no, oh, let me ride my bike to the station and then catch a bus to go to work. Let me catch a bus to go to this city, to go to that city. And in the Netherlands, you can do that easily. I could hop on that bus or train, and I could be to Amsterdam in an hour. It's sweet. It's sweet. And the city I was in, Eindhoven, like I said, I walked every evening. I walked. And on Saturday, all I did was walk. I just walked around that area and did did a little shopping, a little looking around, seeing what all they had going on. And they pretty much had everything. It was a mall right there. They had a bunch of just different businesses in the area that I was in, which is cool. You know, it's very cool because you get to walk around and see what everyone's selling. You know, it looked like there were small businesses as well as large businesses, and then they have apartments where a lot of people are living, so they're just directly going to the city center. They had a lot of food choices, and the food is just, it's not overly processed here. You know, Europe has a lot of rules and regulations for their food, so it's cool. And I will say the people do look healthier. It's when you come to Atlanta, it's a night and day on health, and I'm gonna let you see how you feel about that. I don't know how you're gonna feel about that, but they look 5,000 times more healthy than a lot of people here in the United States. I will for sure say that. And I think it's because the walking and biking culture, as well as the food not being as heavily processed. It's like they walk from the time they are a little kid, or ride bike from the time that they are a little kid until they're old. When I was out doing my walk in the evening, it was groups of older people, you know. It wasn't like a lot of young people. It wasn't just young people or middle-aged people out walking. Everybody from the whole family was out walking, and it was really cool to see. You know, it was a lot of neat things that were going on with that I enjoyed. Rise and grind outing, y'all. We got outing in this thing. Yes, sir. Rise and grind up early for everybody to see, man. But yeah, that was my spill on Europe. The people nice to me. I didn't have any racist encounters, you know, on this time. And y'all be surprised when I'm in Europe. A lot of time, my racist encounters come from people of my own. I have to tell that story a little later. And it's not for me, for my color. It's for me being an American, which is pretty funny. But I'll tell that whole story a little later. If I'm being honest, just a little later. I don't feel like going into that whole story. We can do that spiel a little later. But yeah, I was in Europe. I had a great time. I was there 3 weeks. I'm back home now. And we gonna continue this grind, you know, continue working, and yeah. So now that my life update is over and we got all that done, we gonna move right into it. You know, I want to talk a little bit more about money this time. You know, just a few topics on money, because last time I don't think I really hit any big money topics. You know, it was more about your living situation and your thought process. So now I just want to, I'm gonna go into some. We gonna go into some budgeting by. It's this guy. He be on the YouTube thing doing his thing. Taekwondo. He giving financial advice. Usually, I think he does more dating advice. So I want to see how he would do his budgeting. That's what he got. He got some budgeting tips for everybody, and we gonna see how that aligns with the way I think budgeting really should go. So let's go ahead. Let's get straight into it. Let's see.
The average millionaire is just smart and consistent. Let's get that out the way. And we already proven.
All right. The average millionaire is just smart and consistent. He ain't lying. He is not lying on that one. I will say, if you're smart and consistent, you can become a millionaire. Stick to that path that you got set. Follow the rules. Be smart. You will become a millionaire. I think it's that easy, but let's add one more caveat in there. Time, the amount of time that you do it. So just be smart and stay consistent with that time. You know, over a large period of time, you're gonna become a millionaire. Pretty easy.
We looked at some top fumbles. Y'all said Mike Tyson, 50 Cent, MC Hammer. He fumbled I think 50 million. Mike Tyson, I think, was like 300 million. It might have been more than that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. There's no amount of money that can save you from bad decisions. So if you're going from zero to financially stable, What you realize is, first, most people just literally don't have self-awareness when it comes to money.
All right, now here we go. Here we go into it. I want to say something that he hit on. Fumbling is easy, y'all. Fumbling that bag is easy. I did it. I fumbled that money throughout college, getting student loans, partying, doing it all. I got a video on that. Y'all should go see it. Fumbling that bag. I fumbled a lot of money. And it's just a thing in life. It's easy to do. Fumbling that bag is easy. So you definitely gotta keep your head on you. Keep your head on you.
Like, you have no idea that you're overspending. You have no idea that you can't even fix something because you don't even think it's a problem. I remember I used to work at the mall, right? I used to work at King of Prussia, right? And working at the mall is one of the hardest ways to save money. Especially when you already got bad spending habits. Nigga, I used to get paid Friday and the bread would be going before I even clocked in that Friday.
God.
I would probably get paid Thursday night, Friday morning, technically like 2 a.m. or something. That bread would be going before I even clocked in, bro. I'm just being honest, bro. I mean, I was like 17, you know what I'm saying? High school and shit, but that bread was gone. Didn't even exist. It never made it to the weekend. Never made it to the weekend. The thing with that is, I didn't even...
Yeah, see, he was a bag fumbler too. Everybody was a bag fumbler once in their life, but we fixing that. We moving on. We moving on up. We're not doing all the same things no more.
I think this was like, you know what I'm saying? I just was so deep into making purchases. It was just like, oh, I want to buy this next. 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 Literally no plan. When you start putting a little bit of money to the side, it could be $20. Let's say that's all you can afford to save per check is $20 or $50.
He hit on something right there real quick. He said have a plan. This is what I'm saying. You got to have a budget for your money or you just going to be spending it like fumbling your bag. If you're not able to see your money coming in and out, you're not even going to know what you're spending your money on. Like, you're not even going to think about it. A lot of times when I tell people to get off all the drinking and smoking and all that, I like to tell them, you can't see where your money's going. Like, you don't see where your money is being spent because they don't have a budget. So my first exercise be, yeah, bro, just write down how much you spend for those habits that you have. And once you look, you'll be like, gosh, like, maybe if I do just cut back half of that, I'll have a little bit more money to spend on this. I'll have a little bit more money to invest in that. You know, it's really just that easy. Just that easy. And you'll see it continue from there.
Or $100. You have to do that first. Now, every time I pay myself, because I'm an employee technically under my own business, do your homework on, yeah, niggas get LLCs or corporation. Do your homework on that. I pay myself. Anytime I pay myself, the first thing I do is separate that money to that savings, bro. The first thing I do. Because you start even ignoring that money a little bit, bro, and you have a little budget. You do it by percentages. You look at how much you're getting paid. You break it down to percentages. You kind of got like real.
Okay, he said something there, but he ain't say it. I don't think he said it right. First thing he do is move it over to his savings. Richest Man in Babylon, y'all. The Richest Man in Babylon. Read that book. I will be singing its praises from here on out. The Richest Man in Babylon. What he's saying is pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. In the book it says 10%. 10%. We're going to have to talk about what paying yourself first actually is. Because, you know, it's not only when you get your check, let me set this money to the side, you know, for my savings account. That can be part of it, you know. That can be part of it, but it's not the whole thing of paying yourself first. So let's continue.
You got like rails. Like, y'all know how I'm a good bowler. So every time I bowl, they don't put the rails up when I bowl because they know I'm gonna just hit a strike. So if the rails was there, it'll prevent somebody like y'all from going to the gutter. A budget is rails. A budget tells you, don't go that way, don't spend this much, and you're cooked. That's a budget. That's the bottom line of a.
I like to say budgeting can be like a recipe because you can change the amounts in and out, but you got to follow that recipe to for your money. Like it's the recipe for your money. That's what a budgeting is. We pour 10% salt. That's that 10% that you paying yourself first. You pour the salt in first. It's a recipe. It's a recipe for your money. The cookbook. You making a cookie. You feel me? You making a cookie. What they put in there is salt, flour, sugar, all that stuff. And that's just your percentages of how much and what you paying it to. Your mortgage, your car note, your whatever else you spend your money on.
So y'all haven't seen me bowl. Okay, so we're just not paying attention to the streams then. Anyway, the point being, bro, is you know what's crazy? If I would have looked at my money back then, let's say the check was like $300 or $500, and I would have put like a budget calculation on that. Actually, let me show y'all for some niggas. I know some of you niggas still count on your fingers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this up. I know some of you niggas still read with your fingers. Anybody say the last paycheck y'all had? Just say the number, even if it's embarrassing. Even just somebody. Give...
All right, let's see. I think he is about to create a budget right now. We gonna see how this go. I want to see what percentages he's using. I do. I want to see the thought process behind this budget all the way. Because y'all know I do have a budgeting video. I probably need to redo a lot of those videos. They kind of but I do have a video, so I want to see how like what he got going on with his budget. Let's go.
Give me a number. I'm gonna take the first number I see in the chat. Bro says 1,700. That's pretty good. Let's go 1,700. Okay. You got paid. This is after taxes. This is everything. Like this is like, let's say you getting paid this bi-weekly, right? We're gonna say bi-weekly. We're just gonna
hold on. Let's see how much 1,700 is bi-weekly. I want to see how much that is. 1,700 bi-weekly. Bi-weekly is how much? That salary would be, hold on. $44,200. So you would make 44,000 basically. 44,000. Hopefully that's after tax that he getting 17. So yeah, hopefully that's after tax, but it's 44,000 of spending power after taxes. After taxes.
We're just gonna make this up. Right, boom. Now, I don't know what you spent or how you spent it, but this is going to be like a not so terrible guideline, right? Now,
okay.
You got categories. You got save, right? You got invest. Let me know if is this too small. Y'all can read that. Fun. This is the fun category. Do not spend this at the strip club. That U in the end is far as fuck from F, so we're gonna go right there. F is for friends and it is together. What else do I say? Invest, fun. There's something else I do with my money. It's the fourth category, bro.
Hold on, let me pause this.
Needs. You're right. Needs.
And then we got needs.
Tripping. Needs. Now.
All right, let me pause this real quick and see if I can get it for y'all to.
The first thing you would have to do.
Actually see this right here. Let's see. Y'all give me a second. I want y'all to actually be able to see this right now. Because, alright, there we go. There we go. We in there. We in there. Y'all see save, invest, fund, and needs. I would say from the top, save, invest, fund, needs. I use different ones, I think. I'm sure I use different ones, but I understand where he's coming from. 10% first, pay yourself. Then we have our wants and our needs. Wants is fun and needs. Then you have with your needs is kind of split into two categories. It's your negotiables and your non-negotiables for needs. So I think that's where we split. I don't keep needs the same. It's negotiables and non-negotiables. So your non-negotiables is your rent, it's your car note. Your negotiables, you still need food, food, water, all those kind of things are negotiable, because are you going to the steakhouse or are you cooking your food? It's negotiable. Like, I feel like some utilities can be as well negotiable. For some people, having somebody come clean your house is a negotiable thing. So you have your negotiables, non-negotiables, fun, and then your 10% pay yourself first, which I would have as your investment. So save and invest is the same thing to me. It's the exact same thing as paying yourself. Pay yourself, negotiables. No, this is the order it should be. Pay yourself, non-negotiable, negotiables, then your fund money. So let's continue. Let's let him have his spiel.
No, rent. If you see a big, like a very in-depth financial spreadsheet, it's going to separate all that thing and be very specific. But let's just break it down to needs, fund.
Yeah, you should. That's how a budget is, but you should start with your base amounts. That way you can get your percentages. Always start with your percentages. So that's why. That way you know how much you're actually spending in each category. Not broken down into all those, but how much percentage you have to spend in that category. That way you know how much percentage of your money you're spending on fun, instead of seeing that you just spent 100 at the club, 100 on shopping. You just know on fun in general, you spent $200. Whatever percentage that is out of this.
Fund, invest, and save, right? Boom, let's just do it like that, right? Type shit, go down that way. Bam! Right? Now, for the guy that said 1,700, I don't remember who you are. How much do you pay a month in needs? Your needs is like kind of like that shit. A lot of times is set in stone unless you move or change your living situation.
Guys, I would love to give y'all the percentages, but I don't got them off the top of my head. I'm telling y'all that right now. Go watch the video. My percentage is, but 10% definitely to yourself first. So that's saving investment, and you should at least get 10%. Let's see. Let's continue.
Situation, your needs. This is for me. My needs will be rent, car insurance. I'm thinking about like my internet, and food, shit like that, like phone bill, right? Yep. $1,000 a month, and
you see some of those to me aren't needs. They are negotiable needs. They needs, but they're negotiable needs, because not all those is even at all. Not all of those is even whatsoever. Like internet, you can control how much you spend on internet. You can control how much you spend on internet. Me, I'm streaming. I need an expensive package. I need a package that costs a little bit more than somebody who doesn't, you might not be trying to stream. You might just You might not be trying to play your PlayStation and stream at the same time. You might not be doing all that. So financially, that needs is a negotiable need. You know, your phone bill, that's a negotiable need as well. Some people I know been thugging it off that Wi-Fi since the day they got a phone. Wi-Fi only. Hey bro, what's the Wi-Fi? You might be like that, you know. So you might not need unlimited 5G everywhere you go, you know. So that's negotiable. It's negotiable. But that rent, you gonna have to pay that. That's a non-negotiable expense. At least for a year, it's pretty much gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. Your car note, that's going to be the same. It's non-negotiable. Non-negotiable.
Just rent. Okay, I only asked about rent. Okay. The average phone bill check, can we just say 100? Can we just say $100? I'm gonna make up everything else. Let's go 1,100. That's renting your phone bill. Wi-Fi. Let's go 75. Okay, let's go 75 actually. 75 for the phone bill. 75 phone bill. 75 Wi-Fi. So we're at about 1150, right? Do you drive? Mr. 1700. That was wheel 25. Do you drive a car? Yes. Okay. Let's get that insurance price, buddy. I appreciate you letting us really use this example. Your needs have to come first, Jack. But guess what the second most important category is?
Your needs do not come first, guys. Your needs do not come first. I'm telling you, you have to pay yourself first. Your first piece of your money shouldn't be going to somebody else. If the first piece of your money is going to somebody else, you working backwards. Like it's your money. Basically you paying somebody else. You're paying somebody else. Your first piece of your check, that 10%, I'm gonna tell y'all now, I don't do only 10%. I don't do only 10%. My money, the first thing that comes out, it goes to my Roth. Straight to my Roth. Then after that, I go straight into paying off all my student loan debt. That's going bam. It's straight in there like clockwork. And I do 30% of mine just because my negotiables, my non-negotiables, they are a little lower than a lot of people because like last show, I stay at home, so my rent isn't over the top. You know, I didn't have a car note. Now I do have a car note. My car broke down, so now I have that to add in. But I'ma just subtract from my fun money on that. You know, I had a lot of fun money as well because I was staying at home. So my percentages did change, but the one thing that ain't gonna change, y'all, they say do 10% off the top to yourself. I do 30% off the top to myself. Yep, y'all, I've been doing 30%. Been doing 30%. And it's been working out. It's been working out. Y'all see, I look like I'm having fun. I look like I'm spending money, you know, doing the things that I love doing. It'll work. You just got to make it work. You got to make it work. So, yeah. First thing is pay yourself first. That 10% off anything.
Guess what the second most important one is as a human being? Y'all go and say save. It's the fun. It's the fun one.
Oh, y'all, he gonna make me go in. Fun is the second thing that you worried about. Fun is the second thing you worried about. Y'all cannot be serious. Y'all cannot be serious. Y'all cannot be serious. If you think fun is the second thing, I don't know where your mind is at. Fun is the second most important thing. Well, he said your wants is first, so I mean, I can understand why he said fun's next, because we done got the wants out the way. I mean the needs. Done got the needs out the way. So he went from needs to basically wants. Basic, you know, Basic stuff. Needs, wants, and then he'll go into save and invest last. So pay yourself last, y'all. Pay yourself last is how this thing going. Pay the person who you pay for your mortgage, the banks. Pay the banks first. Then after you pay the banks, you go pay your utility folks. Somebody else getting paid. And then after you pay that, you go back, pay the person who paid for your car loan, and then pay your insurance. All these people is getting paid before you get paid. And even saying your fund before you get paid. So go pay for some shoes, some clothes, go pay for your vacation, go pay for your club, go pay for all that before you pay yourself. This is backwards. If you listen to this advice, the advice may be good for getting you might have good advice for getting you a shorty, but for setting you up financially, I would not listen to that. I would not listen to that. Your wants being first, I could understand. You want to live comfortably. You want to make sure that's done. But fun coming second. Come on now. Come on. Life too much about fun for some folks. Life is too much about fun for some folks. And, it ain't all that. I want to be having fun all my life, which means I need to be set up. So I'm not working at the Walmart when I'm 80. I worked at Walmart. And this is the path that it's leading down. If you spending your fun before you pay yourself, you'll be working at the Walmart at 80. I know what it looks like. I worked at Walmart for 3 years, paying myself through college when I got my act right. Paying myself first. Now, so that my future not working at that Walmart. I've seen it. Face to face, talking to the person. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not fun. You had all that fun in your 20s. Now you're 80 and you on that Walmart shift. Front dooring it. How you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? Let me look at your ticket. Make sure you ain't stealing and you done took the whole store already. Fun goes last.
Why is it the fun? Because money has a lot to do with emotion. Money has a lot to do with psychology. If you've ever gambled, if you have ever...
Nope, I don't like that. Money is not emotional. You can have an emotional attachment to money, which is why he said fun comes second. But no, money is logical. Money is ones and twos on a sheet of paper. That's why you need a budget so that you can see it. You can have an emotional attachment to your money. It's not good to have an emotional attachment to your money. That'll end up having you on both sides. It's not good on both sides to have too much of an emotional attachment to your money. That'll have you living like the people who got money, but they look like they don't. I want to be able to spend my money. I want to be able to spend my money, but I want to do it reasonably, with a budget and wisely as well. Logistically, spending money is just as easy as having a budget. Saying yes to some things, saying no to some things. It's that easy. Having an emotional attachment to money is like you said, you're gonna be gambling. It's like you gambling. Ain't no way.
Had money ever in your life, 9 times out of 10, the first thing you think of doing is pleasing or satisfying yourself emotionally. Oh, I want them sneaks. I want that new, this game, or I want to buy this, man. The first thing is like you'll try to emotionally satisfy yourself. So you have to put that in your budget because it's just unless you're like going negative every month and you can't afford to have fun. 9 times out of 10, you have to like put it in there just so you can channel. Like you have to.
Yes, you can put your fun in there, but that needs to come last, y'all. It's a lot more important things in life than having fun. I would say I don't want to sound bad about having fun because I have a lot of fun. You know me, I'm always out recording. Me going to eat at this restaurant, me going to eat at this restaurant, me celebrating this birthday with that friend, celebrating that birthday, going here on vacation, going there on vacation. But all that is planned in my budget last. Y'all see I can still do it with that stuff being planned last? All that stuff is last. Because why is that second? Like, why do you need to be emotionally attached to money? This is why a lot of y'all be broke as soon as your paycheck come. As soon as that paycheck hit, like he said earlier, he going to shop. He going to get them shoes. He doing that just on paper. All right, I done paid these bills. Now let me go straight. Let me go straight to spending the rest of my money. Not paying itself. Not paying itself. This gonna have to
get it out. It's like anger. It's like if you're angry, then you need to start boxing or going to the gym or something. Like you just don't want to let that anger build up because then you're just gonna do something crazy. It has to go somewhere. So fun is really important. The total insurance is around $700, but I get paid weekly. Oh, so this is $1,700 weekly. Oh, my fault, money man.
Yeah, he ain't lying. That man is getting to that bag. He getting to that bag, which is cool. That's $1,700 weekly. That's cool. You got a lot more money to spend, but we gonna cut it at that. I don't see anything else coming from that. You know, from that. I will say this. Let me make it clear. The first thing with your budget, that top line needs to be 10% going out to yourself. If that 10% is not going out to yourself, you're robbing yourself. You're robbing yourself. I want you to know that 10% is not coming out. You paying your money out to this person, you paying your money to that person. It ain't right. It ain't right. You're going to end up at that Walmart. Next thing that comes is the wants category, is the needs category is separated in half. Your needs is separated in half. To your non-negotiables coming second, your rent, your car note, your insurance. Then your negotiables, your food choices, what internet package you have, what phone package you have. You know, that's your negotiables. And then under that, then comes your fun money. And each of those have a percent that you should be sticking to. Each of those, I can't remember them off the top of my head. You're going to have to go watch that budgeting video, y'all. Go check out my channel a little bit, you know. It might be cringy sometimes. That was back in the beginning stages. Like, I need to review those videos maybe for y'all sometimes. That way I can trash the video and at the same time make a better video for that. Because the information was good. The information was for sure a peach. Juicy. Full of nutrients. It was just, you know, packaged kind of funny. It was still good. It was just packaged kind of funny. It was fuzzy on the outside. Just like a peach. But yeah, y'all, I'm glad he trying to educate some folks, but that education wasn't it. You gonna follow that, you gonna go down, especially for the average person. Being a YouTuber per se isn't as average, I would say, for everyone. It's not average. You know, most of us have careers. Like, you have a career that you do. You have a daily job that you do. Streaming and all that, it is a daily job, but it's not really the same, I feel. It's a little different. It's a little different. And he's making a lot of money from residual things in the past. You know, it all just kind of builds up. So it's not a regular thing. So while he may feel like he has a lot of money and he can do all that, he can still go down the path. You know, we know people fumble them bags all the time. So him, He may feel like he's doing it right. He might feel like he's putting a lot in there, but paying yourself first is always a must. It's what's going to get you to be a millionaire over time. And I like to think making money should be slow. Fast money isn't always good, you know. Fast money is not always good, like the government paying off your student loans that they did not do. So, yeah. Anyway, we are going to move right into careers, the top 5 careers that make millionaires. Dave Ramsey study, y'all. Top 5 careers that make you a millionaire. And I think y'all be surprised with this list. I know I was. I was very surprised, but I think it's a reason why. I think it's a reason why these 5 careers do. And seeing it to me, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense. So let's go ahead, get straight into it. The 5 careers that make the most millionaires. That make the most millionaires.
Today's question comes from Brad in Idaho. Why are teachers consistently in the group of people that become millionaires? I'm going to add to this question. He's referring to the Ramsey Solutions study, the largest group of millionaires ever done, over 10,000, and they were in the top. That
already gave y'all one on teachers. I ain't gonna lie, it surprised the shit out of me. Teachers, it surprised me. I think I let that one slip out. I think I let it surprise. But teachers surprised me. They like to talk junk about teachers, y'all. A lot of people like to talk junk about teachers. Teachers don't make money. Teachers got to deal with kids. But a lot of teachers, they get into that check over time. I think this might be the biggest slow roll teachers. That's telling y'all, a lot of teachers get into that money. We like to think teachers ain't making money. They might not be making money, but they not working at the Walmart when they older, because a lot of them become millionaires. I have an idea why, maybe, but like I said, a lot of them become millionaires. Just is what it is.
Top 5 school teachers of net worth millionaires is what he's referring to. He goes on to say, is it because they marry well and have a spouse with a better income, or is there another reason? Are there other career fields?
That's shallow. I told y'all, that's shallow. That's shallow. A teacher can't be a millionaire because they put in all our work. I told y'all, teachers, y'all keep doing your thing. I think teachers are great. Kids need it. Kids need teachers. They need great teachers. So keep doing what y'all doing. And I know y'all ain't only getting to that bag because you married somebody wealthy. I know it's not. That's so shallow. They trying y'all. They trying teachers for real. Teachers, keep doing your thing. You one of the top 5s. I wonder what the other ones is. You're one of the top 5s. Let's go.
I should look into that consistently make it into the Millionaire Club. I can't wait for Dave's take on this. I'll tell you one thing that I believe is absolutely a reason that teachers are in that group is because they are missional. They care deeply about their role. We also found in that same study that 96% of net worth millionaires love their work. And in the teacher case, they're very dedicated to be instructors. They care deeply about serving kids. And they've chosen work that is meaningful to them, and thus they've decided that what they make is enough. And they've made the choices to live on less than they make and choose a lifestyle that actually supports their work, not the other way around. And I think it's about deep meaning and purpose, and thus they've been disciplined. And they're very methodical, and I think that's a part that plays too. Dave, what would you add to that? Or
He hit it. I think that's exactly why. Teachers become millionaires. They in the top 5. Right there. They love their work. They're methodical about it. They've accepted, and I know that they making them plans. They're making them plans. They're thinking about okay, I know I'm only making this much. Let me budget this out. I know, okay, we getting this bonus. This going straight here. This going straight there. and they love what they do. They said that's a big one. You gotta love what you do. I don't think it's always about loving what you do when it comes to work and making money, especially with that first income. It may just be about getting to that money so that you can have like they say, a shovel to dig with. So that you can have a shovel to dig with. It might just be that, but that from them they said like 85 something percent love their job. I know a lot of teachers that love their job. You know? But them being able to say, okay, I know I make this much. I'ma live below my means. Pay this, pay that, get on that budget. They become millionaire easily over time. Especially with all the benefits that come from being a teacher. You know, they work that time. It's all a time thing. And all the time. That's what it proves, is that it is a time thing. That's just keep going. Keep going, teachers.
Or does that square with you? I think that's
You know,
true of any occupation.
when we got the data in, it was interesting to us.
Okay, we about to get it. Let's
top 5
the top 5
career fields.
Career
of
fields
millionaires
for
in the
millionaires.
largest study of millionaires ever done in North America. Number 1 was engineer.
Oh yeah. Number 1. Give me a round of applause. Number 1. I chose right. Come. I chose right. Number 1 millionaire. Number 1 millionaire. Engineer. I believe it. Over time, y'all gonna see. I told y'all I'm gonna be the richest Steve in Atlanta. For real. Number 1 millionaire engineers. We all about that stuff. You feel me? Number 1 is engineer. I'm proud. Y'all might. Yeah, number 1 is engineers. Number two
Was accountant.
an accountant. They all about the money. Come on now, you know they number. I would have thought they would have been number 1, but accountants, they see money. They know how to put money down on paper. I told y'all it's all logistics. Put that money down on the paper and stop being emotional about your money. You feel bad, so now you got to go buy you some ice cream to eat on all night and cry. Come on, man. You need an emotional buzz, so you gonna go spend your money to gamble. Who that had my heart beating? I lost it, but I was close to winning it on my 6-man parlay. Come on, man. Number 2 was an accountant, though. Number 1 was engineering. Number 2 is accountants.
Number 3 was teacher.
And teacher fall at number 3. They not even number 5. They number 3 in the middle. I'm telling you, don't talk bad on that teacher that love their job and they doing it. Do not talk bad about that teacher. I know a teacher, she paid off her student loans. She didn't wait all that time. She paid off her student loans. I was jealous. I'm jealous of everybody that paid off their student loans already. But I realize, it's time, y'all. It takes time. And I'm almost there. But engineer, accountant, teacher. Let's see, number 4.
Number 4 was business professional.
A business professional to me. What is a business professional? Is that an entrepreneur? Is he talking about y'all entrepreneurs? A business professional? Don't that sound like an entrepreneur? I don't know what he mean by business professional. Let me see what a business professional is. Let's see. What is a business professional? Okay, it's saying like marketing, finances, management. Okay. Administrations. It's human resources. Okay. That's not bad. Business professional, number 4. Number 5.
Which can mean almost anything.
Exactly. See, it means almost anything. Yeah, I don't know what business professional is. It means about anything. So about anything is number 4. Let's see number 5.
And number 5 was lawyer.
A lawyer. I know a lot of y'all lawyers. Y'all doing it up. Some of y'all dudes need to go get you a lawyer, babe. I know a couple ones that's good. I can get you in contact. Get you in contact. Engineer number 1, y'all. Shouts out to the engineers for holding it down for the other engineers out here like me. Y'all real encouraging for me. Y'all keeping me on that road. Number 2, accountant. Accountant, they see money every day. They get into that bag. They see the bags of other people. They see how money flow. They write that thing down on paper. Logistics. Number 3, we got teachers. They love what they do. They living below their means. They get into it. On this, I think they probably make the least amount of money than everybody on this list. And they number 3. That show. They get into it. Number 4, business professional. That's just about anything, like I said, marketing. You just gotta get lucky on that, and then you'll be up there. You'll be up there. And number 5 was lawyer. Lawyer. That's cool. That's cool. I know a lot of lawyers. They in school. They going through it. Y'all gonna see the end of the road, bro. Y'all gonna get to that other half. You just gotta stick to that program.
Medical doctor didn't even make the top 5. They're number 6. And they are stereotypically worse with money than music artists. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so,
Yeah. I mean, I feel like being a doctor or nurse, all those people in the medical field, it is a really emotional, heavy field. So I can understand why some of them would be bad with money, especially if they have a emotional attachment to money. And did he say they weren't even in the top 10? Hold on. They do make bank. They do make bank. Now, let's get that straight off the rip. They do make bank. But this dog, I don't know if that makes sense. How did they not make that list? They did not make the list.
so not all, in other words, not all of them, but I'm saying the stereotype is there for a reason. So what we figured out is that, okay, why do these 5 land there? And even if we look at...
That's exactly what I want to know. Why do these 5 land there? Why do engineers, accountants, teacher, business professionals, and lawyers land in that top 5? Tell us, Ramsey. Tell us. Come on.
Further down the list, why do some of these... What do they have in common? And what it does disprove is that your income causes you to become a millionaire.
Yeah, it definitely disproved it. It disproved it quick. Number 3. I told you they probably make the least money on this list. Getting to that bag still. Come on.
Because 1/3 of the millionaires that we studied, 33% of them, never made over $100,000.
So I'm confused. I think we all just spend too much money on funds coming second. On your fund money coming second. I think that might be one of the problems.
So it's not your income. In other words, you can't earn your way out of stupidity. So what does an engineer, an accountant, a lawyer, a business professional, teacher have in common? And I think you hit it on the head when you said method. They are systems people. They work with a set of principles, and they don't have free rein to make up their own rules. When you're a lawyer and you go before the judge, you have to follow exact procedures, even exact ways of addressing the court. If it pleases the court, Your Honor. You don't talk to humans out the gas station that way. It's a set of procedures that you use. There's a proper set of motions and you don't have a choice. You don't get to, well, I'm creative. You're, old man in the robe. You don't get to say that. Okay, you get to say, if it pleases the court, Your Honor. I mean, you don't have a choice in this. You don't have a choice when you're an engineer designing a bridge. There's basically one way. Otherwise, it falls.
Yep.
And, and accountants don't say, well, this is creative. They call that embezzlement.
That's right.
It's like, right? And so accounting is a set of generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP, and the process of doing accounting. There's one process, and you submit yourself to proven principles and methods to be successful in any of those careers, and money works exactly the same way. Right. You have to submit your...
Yep, it does. Like he said, submit yourself to that budget. You might not be able to go out every week drinking, paying $10 for one drink. You can't do that. How many drinks you gonna get when you get out? 5? That's $50. That's one bottle. I know that math for them bottles. I'm gonna give y'all that bottle math. Go out to the club, get 5 drinks. You done spent probably about, let's be real, 70 for 5 drinks. That's $10 a drink. That's tipping. That's all that. When you could probably go to the liquor store, get that same thing you was drinking for $50, and it'll last you 3 times that amount of drinks if you just make it at home. But submit yourself to that budget. Stick to it. Ride the plan out. Money has systems. You gotta learn them. We gotta learn them. I'm learning them now. Together.
Yourself to a set of proven principles. You live on less than you make. You're generous. You invest.
Yep.
You have a written plan. You're in agreement with your spouse. These are set principles that you don't get to be creative. Well, I don't think it works. Yeah, I don't agree.
Telling you, he hitting it on the head. Dave is hitting it on the head right now. Now, he like to say live on rice and beans. I don't like to say that now. That's a little far. Even he didn't live on no rice and beans. I don't care what he said. Dave was rich before he came out with any of his methodology. So, he might have lost it all twice, but his shovel was humongous already from the jump. So, I don't... but he hitting it on the head. He's definitely hitting on the head. Them systems, they're already set in place. You just got to follow that system.
Who gives a crap if you agree? This is the way the bridge is built.
Yeah.
This is the way that you do a lesson plan if you're a teacher.
Right.
This is the proper methodology for instructing. It is so structured.
Yeah.
And so they're used to functioning in a structured environment and submitting themselves to proven structured processes, which money and wealth building are.
Right.
And that's what the correlation was. It took us a little while to figure it out.
And let's also understand that they have to be intentional to win with their income because they...
Yeah, I like that. I think they pretty much hit that on the head right there. I don't think it's much more need to keep going with that. The top 5 millionaire career choices, starting with engineers. Number 2, we have accountants. Number 3, teachers. Number 4, business profession. Number 5, lawyers. And like they said, the biggest thing is you know how to follow systems. You don't get creative with it, you know. It works sometimes. That creative joint, it does work sometimes. But overall, there is a proven method that if you just follow that method, it works. I have the most experience in engineering. So I can talk about that. I know for sure there are tons of systems and principles and methodologies that they happen naturally. They're followed naturally. this is the way you get here, this is the way you get there. And in engineering, it's not really, okay, well, I don't like this. I don't like the way that path goes. Let me change this. Cause when that happens, like he said, the bridge falls down. The bridge falls down. Gravity doesn't change. The weight on that bridge can't, you can't change that. So there are principles that you have to follow in order for that bridge to stay up, or it's going to fall. That's pretty much all I can say about that. And with that, one of the principles, paying off your debt, living a debt-free life is one of the money principles that is proven over time to keep people rich. It's them paying off their debt. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about paying off debt. Dang, we 2 for 3 on the Ramsey. Ramsey talking that money. I'm telling y'all. That's why he on here. We 2 for 3 for Ramsey. Let's.
What's up, guys? George Camel here, and today we're talking about the hands-down absolute best way to pay off your debt, and that is the debt snowball method. Now, people...
Yeah, they like that debt snowball method. I know they not only gonna talk about debt snowball method. It's not my favorite because it's not the quickest. It's the most emotionally effective way for you to pay your debt off. It like I said, y'all know I don't like having that emotional attachment all the time to the money that you have. So the snowball method is an emotionally friendly way to pay your money off. And it's good. It's butter. It's great to follow. Let's continue.
People who use this method, on average, are debt-free in just 18 to 24 months. Why? How? Because
that was going to be me, y'all. I'm not using the debt snowball. You're going to talk about the one I'm using, but that was going to be me, and now I got to get a car. I'm pissed by my car wanted to. Dang!
actually works. Unlike the ice cream machine at McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's broken. So today we're going to go over the debt snowball method and how it works so you can start knocking out your debt as fast as humanly possible. Then you'll finally be able to start saving and investing for your future. And who knows, maybe one day you'll have enough money to buy your own McDonald's franchise and fix the dadgum ice cream machine. What's a guy got to do to get a Shamrock shot?
All right, let me tell y'all about the McDonald's machine, because I definitely heard about that. Just real quick, it's not broken. It just need to be clean. So if you want dirty ice cream, continue complaining about it being broken. I'd rather them tell me it's broken. But, yeah, back to this debt snowball.
Shake with his Happy Meal, huh? Is it that difficult? And speaking of happy, you know what would really put a smile on this bearded baby face? If you just hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss another one of our delicious McVideos.
Thanks for the shout out. Do that for me.
I'll stop. You can't just add Mick in front of things, okay? It's not funny. It's childish and it's immature. And it's copyrighted.
McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What are you trying to be, an Irish R&B singer?
All right, there's a ton of conflicting advice out there about the best way to pay off debt. Some people are pushing debt consolidation, which is where you combine your debts into one giant payment by taking out another loan to pay off your existing debts. That's a big nope from me.
Nope. Yeah, nope.
Think about this for a second. We're gonna use more debt to pay off debt. Yeah, not a good idea. You're just shuffling your debt around, okay? You're just moving stuff to the junk drawer instead of actually cleaning it out. So what you need is a plan to pay that junk off. We'll need Bob to voice that. Pay that junk off. Pay that junk off. Okay, a little more aggressive than I would have liked, but the point was taken. So there are two main ways people choose to pay off their debt. One is what's known as the debt avalanche method. Sounds epic, right?
All right, that's what I use, y'all. I use the debt avalanche method. Debt avalanche method. That's what I use. I'm gonna just let them explain it. It's no reason for me to. It's no reason for me to. He gonna do it. That's why I'm doing this. I ain't gotta explain it. Like I learned it. I'm gonna say they gonna teach it to you. I'm gonna just leave my comments on it. Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. The debt avalanche method That's what it sounds like, y'all. It's aggressive. And I like that.
Avalanches. Wrong. With the debt avalanche, you pay your debts off in order from highest interest rate to lowest interest rate.
You heard him. You pay the highest interest rate first. And you pay it down until you get to your lowest interest rate. That's the one I like. He gonna tell you why. Highest interest rate first. This would be, I'm telling y'all right now, your credit cards, your payday loans. That's number one. That's your first one. Paying your highest interest rate first. Your 30% credit cards that y'all like to carry over. That's crazy. It's crazy. Pay that joint off. Your highest interest rate first, down to your low little 2% interest rates.
Regardless of the balance. Now, this might sound like smart math, but here's why it's not. Debt isn't really a math problem, is it? It's a behavior problem. And if you want to change your behavior and get out of debt, you need to stay motivated. And we're not debt-paying robots.
See, that's what he's saying. Like, I'm not all the way sometimes emotionally encouraged by things. Sometimes for me, it's just having that system down packed. But it's about knowing who you are in your behaviors that would affect which method you pick. Like he said, the debt snowball or the avalanche. For me, I don't need that emotional attachment of seeing debt disappear all immediately. You know, I'm cool with knocking down the biggest things that are taking from my income first. Like, let's be real. I could use the snowball and be feeling good about, me going. But more or so for me, it's having that system in place of where I'm paying this amount every month anyway. So it doesn't matter how fast I pay it off. It's going to take the same amount of time. So why not pay my biggest interest off first? It's the biggest thing taken from me.
We're humans. We have feelings and faults and the occasional urge to finance a Ford Focus.
Hocus pocus, there's pizza on your Focus.
So the way that you pay off your debt has to take this into consideration. And that's why the debt snowball method is the best way to do it. Like I said,
for most people, yes, I will agree. The debt snowball is a great method for you. I don't even think he talked about it yet. Yeah, he's still talking about the debt avalanche. But the snowball would be for you because it hits a lot of, woo. It does that very easy. You will feel motivated from paying that off. But to me, if you have a budget and you're spending the same amount each month, on paying yourself first, it's no reason for you to be feeling the highs and lows all the time. I'm going to spend that money on paying my debt off every month, no matter what. So who cares if it's the lowest interest, the smallest amount of money first so that I can just see it going. I care about what's taking the most from my pockets.
Said earlier, people who use this method on average are debt-free in just 18 to 24 months. And it's not just Dave Ramsey and me saying this, it's also researchers from the Harvard Business Review. This is a proven method that just works, okay? Don't try to fix it, it ain't broken. So how does the debt snowball method work? Well, to put it simply, you pay off your debts in order from smallest to largest balance,
See? Oh no, I want him to finish that.
regardless of the interest rate,
regardless of the interest rate. Let me get that back up. Smallest balance to largest balance, regardless of the interest rate, is your snowball method. Highest interest rate to lowest interest rate regarding the balance is the avalanche method. So you have two methods that are shown to work. One just hits your emotional high more often than the other does. And that's the snowball method. That's why the snowball method works for most Americans, for most people in general, is because it gives you your emotional high, your feeling about it, you'll actually be seeing a lot of debt get knocked out because it's your smallest balance. You may have like $1,000 2% loan, and you paid that off. Woohoo! You got some debt off. I congratulate anybody. I don't care how you do it. I don't really care how you do it. Just get the money out of there. That's woohoo. To me, I mean, that little 2% that it was taking, they still taking 30% on the credit card. So I'm gonna go with the avalanche. Boom, over the snowball. But the snowball works for most people. Let's continue.
The largest balance, regardless of the interest rate, which gives me flashbacks to high school dodgeball. Because as the smallest one, I was the easiest to take down, but I put up a heck of a fight. Now, once that smallest debt is paid off, you take that entire amount that was going toward that debt and apply it to the next smallest debt on your list.
And that's why you snowballing. Y'all hear that? Y'all like the snowball? Y'all like how that snowball just happened? The first thing you do is you pay all your you gotta pay this, your principal, you gotta pay this. You just knocked out that, so the amount that you had to pay monthly for that can be rolled over into the next one. Bam, knock that out. And the one after that can be rolled over into the next one. Bam, knock that out. Like I said, that works if you have like certain things going on. But for me, it didn't make sense because I've been paying the same amount, the same fixed amount on paying off debt since the day, the same whatever percent of my check has been gone to pay debt off across the board on a flat rate. I don't just roll those principles over because I don't see. It would be me spending more money, but basically, I avalanche.
And as you do this, you gain momentum as you knock out each remaining balance, like a big, beautiful snowball rolling down a freshly frosted hill. Next thing you know, bada bing, bada boom, you're debt free. So let's recap. Here's the debt snowball in 4 easy steps. Step 1, list your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. Step 2, make minimum payments on all of your debts except for the smallest one. Step 3, throw as much extra money as you can onto that smallest debt until it's gone. Step 4, repeat until each debt is paid in full.
Nah, bring that back. Let's go. Y'all, all right, there you go. It's right there for y'all to see. Step 1, list your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. It's all about the size of your debt. That way you can get to rolling. You feel me? Step 2, make the minimum payments on all your debts except the smallest. So your $5,000, your $2,000, your $500, your $100, you got to pay all the minimum payments on all those other ones first. Pay all that. And then on that smallest one, this is step 3, throw all the extra money you have at it. Throw all the extra money that you have at that. Throw all the extra money that you have at it. And what's going to happen is once you pay that off, the principal that you would have been paying on that, you now can just roll all of that over like a snowball. And you just keep repeating that until it's paid in full. Y'all, this is really simple. I think it's that simple. 4 steps have literally told you that. It can seem that simple, but you need a budget to be able to do this. I'm telling you. You need a budget in able to do this. It's a few steps, other than just this. You need your budget first. You're going to have to do it.
Repeat until each debt is paid in full. Now, before you jump in the comments and start yapping about interest rates, let me just say, I don't want to hear it. That's the debt avalanche method, and we've already talked about it. Again, this is not just about math. It's about behavior, about actually following through all the way to the finish line. You need those quick wins. You need that momentum. Think about it.
See, like you said, the quick wins, the jazz, the knockouts. That's what you're getting when you do that snowball method, which is great. It don't matter how you paying off that debt. As long as you're doing it, you're a winner in my book.
If your largest debt is a student loan with a high interest rate, do you know how long it's going to take to put a significant dent in that giant balance? And I think it's going to be a long, long time. Yeah, that's right, Rocket Man. You're not going to feel like...
Yeah, you won't see it a lot of times, you know, but it is subtracting, you know. It is subtracting. You are getting closer and closer to becoming debt free. You just won't get, like he said, the quick hits, the emotional wins. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. That's just up front.
Like you're winning for a long, long time. But when you use the debt snowball method, you get
Delayed gratification. That's a great way to say it. That avalanche method can be delayed gratification. But you know, it just is what it is. Delayed gratification. Learn to love that. Delayed gratification.
get quick wins sooner. You pay off that smallest debt super quick, you're gonna be jumping up and down like a Trekkie who just met William Shatner at Comic-Con. That debt is out of your life forever. And that gives you something magical called hope and motivation and progress. And then you're on to the next one, and the next, and the next. And suddenly you're putting hundreds of dollars a month toward your debts instead of tiny little minimum payments. And trust me,
I like where they're coming with that, but like I said, for me, I have the same set amount because it's my budget that goes into paying off debt. So it doesn't go up. That snowball effect is not working in my favor. Like the avalanche method is working in my favor. So
when you see that snowball actually working, you'll be more likely to stick to it and become debt-free faster. You see, when it comes to debt payoff, you want to be fast and furious, but you don't want to Tokyo drift back into debt. The debt snowball method is a cornerstone of the Ramsey baby steps, which is the plan that I followed to go from negative net worth to net worth millionaire. When I started this plan, I had $40,000 in consumer debt between my student loans and my credit cards. And after 18 grueling months of budgeting and living on less than I made and side hustling and Ubering and lifting and selling stuff and eating rice and beans, or in my case, lean cuisines, I paid off all $40,000 of my consumer debt using the debt snowball method. So consider this a testimonial. This stuff works. And here's a fun fact.
it does work, y'all. All that stuff definitely works. It's beautiful. I'm telling you, to me, it's been beautiful seeing my debts go down. It's been beautiful. And it's all my student loan debt will be gone, and then I'll just have a new car. I hate life sometimes. It's just, it threw that curveball at me, but it's all right. I won't be debt free, but I'll be student loan debt free, and I'm gonna say woohoo to that.
You're using EveryDollar, which is the budgeting app that I use. It makes this super easy for you because when you're entering your debts, it automatically puts them in the right order for you from smallest to largest. One less brain calorie to burn. I get a lot of questions about the debt snowball method, so I want to address some of those now in this video.
All right, let's go ahead and end that off right there. He's already did all the educating that needs to go down. Snowball method. Your lowest amount to your highest amount. Regardless of that interest rate, just pay your lowest off. Pay all your minimums. Put all that rest to the smallest. Pay that off. Snowball it down. Avalanche method is the exact opposite of that. Highest interest rate. Lowest interest rate. Pay that highest off. Pay that middle. Pay that lowest. And I feel like that method works for people who don't need that emotional high. If you don't need that emotional high, do the avalanche method. You'll save it math-wise, logistically, logically. You will save a lot of money. Like on paper, you will save more money. But if you need that emotional hit, use the snowball method. Both methods work, guys. That's what you need to. Avalanche method and snowball method works. It's just how you think. What type of person are you? Do you need that emotional pop to help you along the way? Or can you stay steadfast and not, and just keep the train moving in a direction that it's going, You need to know who you are. It's all behavior. It's all behavior. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end the show right here. I just want to say thank you all for coming in and doing what you're doing. And I got one question from Pablo Jack. Which method do I use? I use that avalanche method. Avalanche method all day is for Steve, because like I said, I don't need those emotional hits. I've been paying the same amount for years now. You know, the same amount. Out of that 10%, it's been going. You know, I get a raise. I've only been doing this 2 years, y'all. What type of raises am I getting in 2 years? That's going to really affect how much I'm spending. Like I said, I already put 30% of my check into paying myself first anyway. So them raises, you know, they just do what they do. But yeah, thank you all for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Everyone who left a comment, interacted with me. We gonna keep this thing going, y'all. Every Monday. And if you like what you're seeing, like, follow, subscribe. It'll all help out. Peace, love, and riches. I'm out. Till next time, y'all.